Hello, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends. Today we're here to discuss unionizing. This is a how-to video on how to start your union if you work for a non-union company right now. I guess it's more important to talk about nowadays because there are such big corporations that exist like Walmart and McDonald's and, virtually every retail store. And a lot of them do not offer unions. So what a union does is it offers collective bargaining rights. So if you have issues with your employer that revolve around I want to take a sick day, or I need, paid parental leave, or I don't think that the wages that I'm receiving are fair and I want to be sharing in the profits of the company, then a union is probably a pretty good idea for you to start. So the first step in starting a union is do not talk to your boss about it. All right. Discretion is key here, just because when you're first starting out and you're interested in, unionizing your company, the person who, they might be your friend on a day-to-day basis, the person who's in charge, the store's general manager or someone like that, they might seem like a friendly person on, a regular Monday through Friday type thing. But if you tell them that you're looking to start a union or that you're interested in starting a union, they could come down on you pretty hard. And they're, the consequences, there's supposed to be legal protections that say, you have every right to talk about, labor unions and things like that in the workplace. But the people who are in charge of the store or who are in charge of your labor, essentially, whoever is in charge, can find ways to shut it down. And big companies like Walmart and, like I said, referenced earlier, retail stores, places like that, they already have protocols in place to prevent anyone from being able to start a union. They'll even go to the lengths of shutting down a whole store if they get a whiff that there's enough employees there that are looking to start a union. So the very first thing is do not talk to your boss about it. All right. The second thing that you want to do is you want to talk very discreetly to your fellow employees that are there. You want to sort of, test the water, gauge the temperature that's there to see what they think, how they feel, if there's any general interest in starting a union, because the major thing about starting a union is that you have to have consensus with all your fellow employees. So they have to be on the same page as you. So if you want to start a union, you have to get everybody to be on the same page. And the way that you start doing that is by very discreetly talking to people that you can trust and sort of gauging from there to see what their thoughts are on the matter. The next step is if you find that there's enough people in your organization that want to start a union, that are interested in all the benefits that come from it, then you should start talking to a union organizer. So that's someone that, you could find someone from like the UFCW. You could contact me. If you have any questions, please, by all means, message me and I'll be able to help connect you to the right parties. But you want to start talking to someone who is a proper organizer that will help to organize everyone and collect all the details and to help you along the way. So once you start talking to someone who is in a labor organizer, someone who's a part of a union already, you want to start a committee. So a committee is a collection of all the people who work at your store who are interested in unionizing, and they're sort of like the formal names that you want to have that you're going to be presenting to the National Labor Board. So all these people are going to get together. You're going to start an official list of all the people who are interested. You're going to submit that to your labor organizer, someone who's already a part of the union. And then you're going to start taking your next steps, your official steps. So the next official step that you're going to be presenting to the National Labor Board is you're going to get union support cards. So a union support card is just a little card that says, we're interested in joining a labor union or starting our own labor union, and we need to write down our names on it so that way it's submitted over to the National Labor Board, which is a federal organization that helps to monitor and set up these kinds of events. So once your labor cards, your union support cards are sent over to the National Labor Board, then the National Labor Board is going to set up a special election time. So at the election event, that's when everybody who wants to be a part of the union is going to officially vote and be registered with the National Labor Board. So at this point, you've essentially done all that you can. Once you get to the point of your submitting your labor cards over to your union support cards, I should say. I keep calling them labor cards. But your union support cards over to the National Labor Board, once that happens, then they're going to take the reins, essentially, and they're going to set up an election time. So you're going to go to the election, you're going to say that you want to start a union, and you're going to submit your answer, and then that's essentially all that you have to do. Once that happens, if there's enough people, enough employees in your workplace that all agree to this, that all submit their names and they fill out the cards and they go through the process with you, once that happens, then your company is forced to admit that, there's a union starting here and they need to be able to start preparing for the collective bargaining rights. So that's essentially it. I mean, it sounds much simpler than it actually is, just for the fact that your company is going to be your biggest adversary here, your employer, because they're going to do everything within their power to shut it down along the way. So there are going to be challenges that you face that might not be covered in this video, but if you face them and you're struggling with it and you have any questions, please, by all means, message me. You can message me through YouTube or Facebook or however you're viewing this video. And I will do everything within my power to help connect you to, the proper people, the labor organizers, the lawyers that you might need, anything that I can help support you with, I will do my best to help you. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can leave them down below in the video, but you can also feel free to message me at any time concerning this issue.